Welcome, everybody.
What's up?
We're Bacon's My Podcast, and this is What's Your Bacon in 7 questions.
Ding.
We have distilled the meaning of life.
Nay.
The meaning of all happiness and joy.
Nay.
Well, kind of.
Well, meaning everything.
Everything. Down to just 7 questions. We bring our guest on today. We have a friend.
Yeah.
We have a buddy.
A buddy.
We have a fellow vagabond musician in our area. We have, let's see, how many things do you do? You are an artist. You are a gamer and a streamer. You are, you're taking IT courses. You are the guitar player, singer in the Muckrakers. You formed Munoz Stock. So you're putting on festivals for other bands, and you're just creating a better world around you, which is what we like.
Yes.
So everybody, welcome our friend Kyler Sane. How are you doing today? What's going on?
I'm tired.
I feel like it's a common thread today, is we're all just kind of like, all right, we gotta get everybody
Get through this.
I'm good. I mean, recently, long story short, I'm better because I got off of meds, and I'm realizing that my body, we just don't go with meds.
Not good with
No,
meds.
I'm just sticking with a therapist, and I feel like I'm pretty manic right now in like a excited way. So like I just feel like I could do a lot more. But right now, I just was mentioning we also do rentals, and we have a booking company. So like we were at a memorial style kind of show yesterday. We were renting the Munoz Stock stage and the tent, and I'm usually the person who decides we're gonna like level the stage. I'm gonna go under it and like put the shims under it. But
Right.
certain parts of the stage are just so hard to access that you're gonna have to like get on your knees and like push it with your back or something, or with your head, and it just like I'm feeling it, and I'll leave it at that. It's exhausting, and it's always hot, and you're always sweating, and you always got to keep hydrated. But even it was like Munoz Stock had started as a house show, and then eventually we brought it to the mall, and then we have it at Station Sports. But when we brought it to the location that it's been at, we were like, we probably need to have a stage, and we just kind of Googled it one day, and then we were like, all right. So we just kind of made it one afternoon, and then it just kind of happened very quickly. And when we tried to put it together in the location specifically, we immediately had someone asking if they could rent it like across the street, and we weren't prepared for that. So we said no at the time, but come 2021, like we were doing pretty much like all the vegan pop-up stuff. We didn't always do the stage, but we were also renting like our video game stuff or the party games and the tents, doing sound. We'd book events, we book like artists for their stuff, or do photography also, and so on and so forth. And kind of carried off into this year, where it's like we're at Staff Fest, we're at Shakedown at Blue Point, we just did Pine Barrens Jam, we're doing private events, we've been at weddings, we've done like so many different things, and I guess we've just kind of grown to have more of a symbiotic relationship with everyone else's thing, especially because when the band formed, it's like you try to go out and try to figure out where you fit. Because like the band started off punk, and then it got a little bit more metal, and so on and so forth. But it was just like we didn't really fit in the punk scene. So then we just kept trying to be like, where does this puzzle fit? And then we just kind of never really stopped looking into all the different scenes, especially because I was already in a metal band at the same time, and all these other different bands. And once like Munoz Stock kind of proved to keep being a thing, because we're having it in its 11th year, it's just like it just kind of started to make sense, because our music never stopped really evolving, and it was just like, well, it doesn't matter what kind of music we're kind of having kind of underneath Munoz Stock, because it's like none of these people are ever going to play with each other. They're never going to meet each other unless we make it happen. And a lot of people, I'm not saying everyone is, but I found in my early days, it's like they might be a little bit more closed off from journeying out of their scene, because maybe it didn't make sense, because their band maybe didn't make sense to play with a pop act if they're like a really aggressively metal band, like death metal. So it's just like I don't even feel like it makes a lot of sense with some of the bands we've opened up for, because like we played with Cold, and they decided on that tour they were doing like a lot of acoustic versions of their songs, and like we're like the crazy fast band,
Right,
and
right.
everyone else was not matching that energy. But I was like, we still did that, and so on and so forth. But yeah, basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, Muck's my band, but then Munoz Stock kind of made the music scene my other band, or
Yes.
everyone's band's kind of like something I kind of take a lot of attention to in one
Which
way or
is cool.
another.
We talk a lot about how like it's never one thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like you start off wanting to be a guitar player, right, or a singer, and you think like, okay, I'm going to join a band or I'm going to start a band, but then it's like, oh, I also have to be a booker, and I also have to be a manager, and I also have to be a graphic artist, and I also
Right.
have to be this and that and the other, and you pick up all these different skills, and then you don't even know when you're gonna need them, but when things show up, like you're building a stage, somebody wants to rent it, and you gotta go, okay, where's my business mind?
Pivot.
Where's this? How to
Yeah.
find this, find that,
Throw
which
heels
is
up, you
awesome. I
said.
mean, it's like, what don't you do?
we are gonna get into all of that stuff because I like event planning.
Maybe we're gonna get into weird tangents. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Maybe.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
But
Yeah, you gotta reel me in, because I was just in a therapy session before this, and I was like, they wanted me to tell my life story, and I was like, we're gonna get through the relationships that I was in in an hour,
we're gonna start
maybe.
there.
Yeah, baby steps in the elevator.
Exactly. But right now, what we've done is, again, we've distilled 7 questions.
Yeah, this will do what.
This is going to get to your core.
Yeah.
This is going to get everybody to know exactly who you are.
everything
Are
they
you
missed
ready?
in therapy. This is it. Right
Yeah.
now.
This is
We're gonna
going
do it
to
all
be
now.
therapeutic.
I've had so many job interviews in the past 2 years. I'm ready for this.
Okay.
We're gonna show people your nooks and crannies.
That's right.
That's cool.
All right, time to get to the center of that Oreo. Kyler, question number 1: how many pillows is too many?
I only do one, and it's always just like a soft one. Allie, you know, my fiance, she likes a little bit more sturdy pillow, but maybe even more than one. But just, I don't need too much. I need to be able to move it around and get comfortable, especially if like you're not got assistance getting to sleep, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, well, and also you're a road warrior. You're always out on the road.
Yeah,
You've
so
done a lot of touring and
Sleep
stuff.
on a rolled up hoodie and a backpack. You know, all those.
Yeah, sometimes you got to learn to sleep sitting up, and
Yeah.
I'm not even like that. I think one time recently, I was sitting in bed, and I guess I was just so out of it that I fell asleep while thinking I was still awake, and then 15 minutes later, I was just like, ah! And I was just like, what happened? I thought you were sleeping. I was like, I don't like that. I decide when I think I'm going to sleep. It decided this time. So
That's a big
yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely had those moments too.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the road driving, you're kind of like you're at exit 15. You're looking for exit 50, or exit 213.
Yeah.
And like you look and you're like, okay, there's 15, and then you look again and you're like, there's 100. Wait, where? How did I pass? How many miles did I just drive without knowing?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, you gotta have. Well, I mean, that's like why a lot of roads typically have turns, even though you're pretty much just going straight to keep
Right.
you awake. Especially like truck drivers.
Yeah.
They're
Rumble
usually
strips.
doing the
Rumble
same
strips,
thing.
man.
Rumble strips.
There's a is it Switzerland? It's somewhere in the, I don't remember where, but there's a road that's a musical road that the rumble strips, if you're going the speed limit, will actually play you a song.
Really?
Yeah. And like there's a video of it of doing it, and you have to be going the speed limit, but it will actually play music for you as you're going,
That's awesome.
which
We'll
is
look
pretty
that up.
insane. We
We'll
gotta
definitely
look that up and find it.
All right, sir. Question number 2. What is the perfect pizza order?
Perfect pizza order. You know, I used to always just be like the type of person to want regular, but eventually I got into having pepperoni. I always thought pepperoni was a vegetable until I was in the meat department, and then I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. But but I'm also like into supreme pizzas. I used to work across from a pizzeria, and they had the broccoli slice, and I also liked a chicken bacon ranch slice when I thought it was called the Bacon Eater, and then when I realized there was ranch on it, I don't know why, but I shut off. I was like, I don't know if I can trust you anymore. There's just certain foods where I just don't think I like just because I think I don't like it, even when I know that I've eaten it and I like it.
That's me with ranch too.
Ranch,
I'm
there's
ranch.
something about ranch that's like, you could be awesome, but you're not blue cheese.
Right. I'm just like, too many people put you on too many things. I don't buy it.
I try to give mustard like a shot. Like I'll put it on pretzels or stuff, but like it's not the same as me and ketchup. Like I'm a ketchup fiend, and I had a couple jobs recently where I would always just go to McDonald's and like be forced to not care about my ketchup addiction. I just have to eat it the way it is, and I'm like, I realized that I just smothered things in ketchup so much that I forgot what things actually tasted like, because there's actually like an ingredient to like a McDouble that's taste the cheese and the pickles and the onions. But the way I would just do it is just take all the amount of ketchup that I feel like is not disgusting and just slather it on, basically.
Yeah, it's like
gets it disgusting and then pull back just a little.
Yeah. My son goes through those giant BJ's size containers like crazy.
Right.
It's disgusting. But hey,
I'm a mustard person over ketchup. So
me too.
Yeah,
I am too.
There's
Doesn't
always
make you a bad person.
No, you can always have my ketchup.
I do feel like if you're in like a different part of the country and you're where they put it on a burger, they should at least sort of let you know that's probably going to happen, because that has happened, and then it's like it's not nearly as normal as they might think it is, just because it's normal where they're coming from.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that too.
I do think, because we're totally accustomed to a burger. Well, do they do the mustard thing like in Indiana and stuff? Or it's more south.
It's more south, yeah. But they'll do like if you go to a place in Indiana, it'll be more like ketchup's almost always on everything.
Yeah, it's like ketchup mayo sometimes.
Yeah. See, the mayo's the one where I'm just kind of like, you gotta let me know, man. You gotta let me know if you're gonna put.
I didn't get into mayo until I had a Baconator, and then I realized it was on it, and then I was like, "That's what mayo's like." And I'm like, I'll never put it on deliberately, but if it's on there because that's how they do it, it's like I'll take it. Right. But I know that I'm gonna put way too much on it, and I'm gonna hate whatever I did if I put it on myself.
A true life of excess. All right, question number 3, true or false question this time. Cereal is a soup.
I mean, could be. Sure. I mean, it's not hot, but it's still like a liquid with a bunch of little bits in it.
Right?
Gazpacho is not hot.
Gazpacho is a cold soup.
I mean, there's a lot of soupy stuff that are technically, they're still warm, but like they're more on the creamier side, and they're still considered soups, and they're not really even soup themselves.
Sure.
Like chicken, what is it? Like clam chowder and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it technically is a soup, but it's like doesn't have like a broth. It's more of a creaminess.
That thick. Yeah, it's like
viscousy.
It's like warm Cool Whip with clams in it.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Viscousy.
Visualize that next time you go for clam chowder. You're like, warm Cool Whip with clams.
All right. Question number 4, gift cards.
I hate them.
Gift idea.
Oh, strong right out the gate.
Lame
I remember when I was a kid, and I was like, this is like the point when my mom, I guess, just stopped thinking about what I might like. And we would always go to Shiro's. Doesn't exist really anymore in Westbury. It's like a hibachi restaurant.
Yeah. They just closed last year, was it?
In the past couple months. But basically what I got for Christmas once was just like every other gift card for every other place in that shopping area besides the one place where I would actually want to go directly to, which was Shiro's. It was like that Hawaiian pizza place and like all these other random spots. And I'm just like, you didn't even get these from me. You must have got these from like random people at work and you just decided to hand me them. And it's like, you might as well have just given me money.
Right.
Because then I can actually spend the money somewhere and get things I want. It's also just like a scam anyway, because then you got like the people who don't spend all the money, then they're just making the money off of all the money that didn't get spent. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
We've
always a
discussed
little
that. We've
bit of
discussed that
change
here.
left over every time. You're like, what am I going to do with this 38 cents? Oh,
It's
no.
either going to spend more money or you're not going to spend money. And either way, they basically made more money off of the amount of money you spend on
sure
a
did.
card.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, question number 5. What number is Mike thinking of?
One of them.
Good answer.
That is a good answer.
That might be the best answer ever.
Might be.
'Cause-
Wrong.
Yeah.
Question number 6. What is your go-to jukebox pick?
I don't know. I mean, right now, I don't know what the heck would be in the jukebox, but as far as
touch
like,
tone things count, right? Like that's what they're called. Touch
Sure,
tone.
yeah, you could.
Touch tune. That's it.
so I don't know if this would be in there, but like what I would be putting on right now would either be something from like the new Whitechapel album, which is like really like Breaking Benjamin-y, and a lot of people I give them slack for it. I just actually got a tattoo for it. It's like my first one in 4 years.
Nice.
Nice.
Or
I saw that. I saw the picture of that.
yeah, I also just got this little frog wizard.
Nice.
And that one's called Kaylor Shane because when I was getting a therapist, they took my name wrong and they added too many letters. And so,
Excellent.
the person who took my tattoo, that was her flash design, and she thought the story was funny, so she named it after me. Well, the wrong name. What was the question again?
Go-to jukebox pick.
So yeah, either something from that or maybe something from Demi Lovato because they're like one of my newer favorite artists, and we just got acquainted not that long ago from when we played with Nita Strauss.
Nice.
And I don't know, any era from that, her like first 2 albums or like the newest album with like Holy Fuck. Even though I don't know. I never do a jukebox thing because I don't really like imposing my music taste on a bunch of strangers. Which is like even yesterday when we had our stage there and everything, people like the person who hired us to be there were like, pick up an instrument and play some muck tunes. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because we're not here for that. I'm not subjecting them to that.
It's always weird, right? Like
I
was just talking to, I was actually talking to my mom about this because she was talking about, like, if I'm ever going anywhere with them, someone will inevitably be like, oh, have him bring a guitar. He can just bring a guitar. And she's like, I don't want to, like, just have, like, he's not coming there to play. And everybody that's there doesn't necessarily want to hear him play. Like you're saying.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, people were jamming and everything, but like, I know I got a little messed up last night, and it was funny because once people started doing karaoke, I was talking to my friend, and we're just standing right in front of the stage, and like someone just started singing like, I don't know, Dancing Queen or something, and I'm just like, we're yelling over each other because the speakers are right in front of us and the stage is right in front of us, and we're just like having a whole conversation. He's like, I feel really uncomfortable that we're talking and we're the only one right in front of the stage. And I'm like, I don't know how my body works. We should probably walk away though. And then we well, like, yeah, I mean, that's our business, so it's like people can do whatever they want to do with that because that's their party. But also, It's just like we just played a show where we had to use other people's equipment because it was just too small of a spot, and the drums, they fell apart while we were playing our last song, and then our sound guy came up to try to like put it back together, and I'm like in the second chorus of Black, and then he unplugged my guitar while I was singing, and then I'm just like trying to figure it out, and I kept singing and singing, and I was just like, all right, I just took it off, and I just started like troubleshooting, and I got my guitar plugged back in, and we got through the song, played the solo, we got an encore and everything, but I was just like, I mean, the last time we played Brooklyn right before that with Nia Strauss, we got through the first song, Shannon broke his E string on the bass immediately, and we played the rest of the set that way.
Who breaks a bass string? How does that happen? I didn't even know that could happen.
Dude, we've got Joey coming on next week. Joey has broken B strings.
Well, yeah. So I guess right now I'm just like, I used a different amp, and I was just like, I don't want to mess around with everything completely different. Like, right. I don't think we have one song that everyone's going to be like super stoked on, you know? I'm sure people would like it, but I don't want to be like, I just want it to have the right sound, you know? I want to use my amps and stuff. I want to make sure everyone's comfortable. Also, like, you know, when I played with Reluctant Mormon, it's like we had such long songs. It's like you can only get through like 4, maybe if it was like a longer set, maybe 5 songs in a set. But with Muck, it's just like between having nearly 4 albums going on now, it's like we have like nearly 10 plus songs in a set. I just feel like there's an evolution during the course of a set. It just doesn't feel like you get a proper representation of what our sound is. So if we go up there and play one song, you're not going to know what we actually sound like for real. And yeah. I remember I worked at a job last year, and I told someone, I listened to this guy's recommendations. I listened to full albums of his stuff, and it was not really like something I really knew how to get into. It was like, I thought this was like what mainstream rap, hip hop stuff was at the time, but it was a little bit more on the weirder side, I found out. And so I was like, you know what? If you want to check out my band, you can. And he decided to listen to Halloween Princess, and then he decided he didn't like us. Because it was like a 40-second song. It was a progressive power violence song. And I'm like, you know, listen to another song.
We did like 3.
There's like so many other songs that are like a full song. We literally say in that song that's not a full song.
Right.
You don't even know what you're getting into.
You don't even deserve a full song.
Right.
Yeah, he knows. So
yeah, I do think that's uncomfortable. Like, and even like the opportunity has like arisen, where it's supposed to happen, like coming soon, like where we're possibly gonna do. AJ and I were like offered to do sound for somebody, and he was like, yeah, and you know, like they all have instruments, and then like we could get up there and play, and I'm like, dude, why? Like what?
Right.
Like what kind of party is it? It's a private party. It's like, yeah, it's a private party, but like they're all like 70 and stuff. It's like, what are we gonna play? What are we gonna play up there?
Right.
Why?
I was surprised yesterday. A lot of the people that were playing were, once it was like not the bands, because it was like in Lucid Dreams and some other bands that were like from our scene, but then it was like a lot of their late father's friends, and they were covering like Black Sabbath and Judas Priest and everything that I was just like, I wasn't expecting that. But, right. I mean, obviously there was the karaoke side that I was just like, yeah, that's happening. But I was like, I definitely think they would have liked us to a degree, but I don't want to show us sounding like we're having a hard time, because I'm dealing with that enough. Plus, we just set up all this stuff. Right. And it's just like, we're not like mentally and physically right there.
Mindset. You know?
That's another thing.
It's a whole different mindset. Like when you when you have a gig, you have that mindset of like, okay, we're presenting ourselves. This is who we are. This is how we sound. This is what we've created. This is how we've created it. And then you know, when you're doing another aspect of it, whether you're running sound for somebody, or whether I'm bartending, or whether, you know, like whether you're setting up a stage or stuff like that, you're not in that mindset. And so then you're going up there and you're like, this isn't going to sound like we sound.
How do I turn it on?
This isn't gonna...
It's like a lot of people. Like we've been at all the Alive After Fives, and it's like everyone's just like, "When are you even play today?" I'm like, "No, we're gonna go eat some food and just stand over there awkwardly and have people hand out flyers from Stock."
All right. Well, we're here. We're at question
number
number seven.
You've
right?
made it so far.
So far.
So
Yes.
far.
Nice.
You may be hating this whole thing.
Yeah.
But this question will decide whether you really hate it
Yes.
or whether we bring it back around.
Are we talking about hate? What's number
There's no
7?
hate. There's no hate. We don't believe in hate. No.
Well, what's
hate exists.
important about question number 7 is if you get, depending on how you answer this,
Yeah.
you may qualify for the bonus question.
And that is just as exciting as it sounds.
Thrilled. What is it?
I like that there's a pause there.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Question number 7. Kyler, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
Yeah, so we're about to start gardening. We just got all this stuff out of our little outdoor area.
All right.
We just got a trellis. Actually, we don't know what's in the box. We just got it handed to us. So we're going to get a little garden going. And if that means we're going to have garden gnomes, that means we're going to have some garden gnomes. It also might mean we might have other garden mythological creatures as well. Not that gnomes are mythological creatures, but you know what I mean.
Well, there are myths
Right.
about gnomes, so I will. Yeah, they count.
Yeah, I agree.
They may also be real.
Might have some Keebler elves, just staying outside.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I think that qualifies.
I
mean,
definitely think so.
Going with the flow. That's the way to be.
That's what we do here.
If it's in the box, it's in the box.
What's in the box?
I like that.
What's in the box?
Kyler, you've qualified for the bonus question. And the
Oh, God.
the bonus question is a multiple choice. What were you going to say?
No, I'm just getting ready.
You okay.
Getting ready for the bonus question.
It is multiple choice. And it goes like this. Bacon. Is it a topping? Is it a side? Is it a main course?
I'm so tired. What did you just ask? Side, topping, main course. So, I mean, I'm not super, I think most people are kind of out of the, let's put bacon on everything, like Super Mealtime or whatever the hell that show was, Epic Mealtime. But, I mean, I just ate a bacon, egg, and cheese today. I don't know where that fits inside of the construct of that sandwich, but I was content with that. I guess that might have been a topping, but I feel like that might be just as integral as anything else that's in the sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it depends on what you're eating. Because if you're eating, no, maybe it doesn't. Maybe if you're eating pancakes and bacon, you might be more excited for the bacon too. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a main course, though. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to say all of the above. I don't freaking know, man. It's food.
That is the correct
That's
answer.
the correct answer.
Tired and all, you've answered it correctly.
It depends on the meal.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
And with that, you have won our undying respect and admiration.
There's no monetary prize.
I'm glad that I now have it.
All this time.
All
we were
this
just
time.
waiting on that.
It all hinged on that question.
It all waiting on the bacon question.
Yeah. Well, we knew you were going to come on for a long time. So before we head on over to the full on episode, Kyler, can you let everybody know where they can find you and all of the things happening around Muckrakers?
Or Munoz Stock.
And Munoz Stock.
Or everything else that you're doing in the world.
Right.
So, you can find us on Instagram at the Muckrakers LI or Munoz Stock, or you can find us on Facebook if you just search the Muckrakers or Munoz Stock, or you can find me at Kyler Sane on my personal account and just hit me up and you'll be like, can I get on Munoz Stock? And I'll be like, just stay in touch because everyone wants to get on it and let's just talk. everybody, let's just talk, man. So yeah, I mean, we got social medias, and those are mostly the ones that I worry about. We do have Twitters, but ever since I stopped streaming quite as much, Twitter is like, it's like an afterthought for me right now.
Right. And do we have to call it X now?
Oh yeah, right.
I hate
formerly
that.
known as Twitter.
It's confusing.
It
As
is-
someone who's also in the process of transitioning, I mean, Kyler is like the name that I chose,
Mhm.
but like Twitter, I don't know. It's like, did Twitter choose to be X? I don't know. I mean,
I think it was
it's
thrust
like-
upon it.
it's like
Right.
a parent deciding they're changing the kid's name, but it's like not even the parent; it's like the step parent.
Right. And
Changing the kid's
after
name.
the kid is grown.
Well, what's funny is if you get Twitter notifications or X notifications in your inbox, it says X in parentheses, formerly known as Twitter.
So it's like Prince.
Yes.
I just still type in
with
Twitter.
a way less cooler symbol.
I don't know, man. 'Cause, like, Twitter made sense because you can tweet,
And now you can zeet.
and now you can
Yeah, X.
Yeah.
X. You
Yeah.
can X.
Yeah.
You can-
We also have a website called MunoZstock.com.
Nice.
We have to eventually get a muck website, but we always just start one and then talk to another person about starting one, and then we never finish it. I started one, and then they didn't like it, so we're gonna have to do it eventually. We've only been in bed for 12 years. One day we'll get
That's
a
all.
website.
It all happens in good time.
Right.
In
Mm.
good
Yeah.
time.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we are going to jump off here, and in the meantime, everybody that is listening, go check out the Muckrakers. They're streaming everywhere. Check out all the music. It's all
Oh yeah,
more than one. Check out more than one.
yeah.
I
Also,
say give it 3.
Yeah.
yeah, we got a lot of music videos on YouTube, and if
Yes.
if you're listening, if you're looking for us, make sure that you look at people that look like me, probably, because there's another band that broke up in 2008, and
Yes.
a lot of their fans are always like, "But that's not who I remember." And I'm like, "Well, they still exist. They're just not us." They broke up too. It's like, what do you want me to do about it?
You can
The
still
name's
find who you
mine.
remember. Nice, nice. Well, we'll get into some of that stuff too. But everybody, in between then and now, remember to ask yourselves every day, what is the thing that makes your life a little bit better? What's the thing that takes your mind off of other things? What is the thing that makes it easier to get through a day when the day is tiring and difficult? What is your bacon? And Kyler, what is your bacon?
I got a pork chop right here.
Pork chops.
Pork chops.
Yes.
Currently his bacon. Currently. I could.
Literally
pork
is
chop bacon.
bacon.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you guys on Monday. What's your bacon?